Alright, so sorry about that wait. Everything was just happening at once. I found something stinky in my kitchen and I just had to take care of it. Wanted to make sure I had some water. Because we are going to do the big demo today. And the big demo is Tavern Talk, which very kindly I got an extended demo version of. You know, the devs put out like, hey, anybody wants an extended demo? And I put it out and I got it. So, there we go, Tavern Talk. Now, the demo is supposed to be about 3 hours long. Am I prepared for voices? We'll see. Also, a reminder to everyone that my mama popping by sometime while I'm working. That's what the phone call was about earlier. She's just dropping off some stuff. I have my phone here to find out when she's coming. And so there'll be a time where I'll have to just scoot away. Okay. I don't see anything right now because I'm covering it. There's a little loading dragon. So this is a really cute game I was looking forward to. Oh. There it goes. Okay. I was like, why aren't you captioning? Sorry, we're gonna ruin the sound for a minute because we're going to bring up my Steam. Tavern Talk. The demo is available. So, a cozy visual novel about running a tavern in a D&D-inspired fantasy. Gather rumors, serve magical drinks, meet your adventures on a life-changing quest. Oh, I'm excited. There's the demos available. It's available now, but it is going to be during Steam Next Fest. You can see other creators doing it. I'm excited. A lot of the characters looked really cool. So, let's get into it. Alright, let's check settings. I like to see if we have anything for people with disabilities. Is the sound getting picked up? Good. I'm gonna turn it down ever so slightly. Rumor has it the spicy potion can make a warrior out of anyone. With its enhanced strength, even heaviest weapons or logs can be lifted. Ooh. Borderless full screen, that's good. We're gonna do windowed. Because if I click off... Oh no, it still does the sound thing. Windowed usually... keeps the sound going, but it doesn't. Okay. You can use your controller, nice. Font size, oh. We're gonna make it bigger because I'm fucking blind. Alright. Oh, pronoun selection. She, her, he, him, they, them. I heard this great joke. How did the non-binary kill somebody? They slashed them. Like this. They slashed them. Okay. Anyways, my pronouns are she, her. Hiya, Innkeep. How is it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? Oh, fine and dandy. I'm a little congested, so voices are a little hard. Yeah. Oh, fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better. Took a walk around the grove. And then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster. Or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome. Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees. The same Amaranthian Hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon. The same moss. I even got to water the asters. I didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Oh, sure. Shit, I just reminded... Oh! There's a crow up there! Sorry, I got distracted. I just remembered I have to post on Twitter that I'm switching games. Two. Would help if I can spell. Alright, there we go. I remembered. Okay. It sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts. Walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh! I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No. I think it counts as a mistake. So, what you're saying is that you're missing some spice? Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about spice in your life. Oh, the crow! Oh, and that's what you mean. Well, yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun. God, I know that feeling. Have you tried visiting a circus? I don't like circuses. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater or a gala. Arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes. I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights. And of people. And of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things how can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routine. Sure, I have my forest I look after, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph, resting by the lakes. Pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Honestly, that sounds really good. Yeah, Luna, and the demo's out if you want to get a sneak peek. Ooh, actually, that's something I should do. Sorry, sound's gone. There we go. Oh, wait, is that wrong? Ah, there we go. I did a while back and backed it on Kickstarter too. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it adds a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it, because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I never met one. Hexes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about exciting magical things I encounter. Character information unlocked fable. Ooh. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I loved a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. Always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating in the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long, I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yes, I want a tutorial. Oh, really? Look at the face, I love that. Yeah. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? I have my familiar. Oh, look at the crow. Just follow me. Mora! Welcome to my drink mixing nook. Hello, Andu. I'm gonna call it Mora. Hello, Mora. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. Make sure I don't forget what they order. I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check for my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what what was asked of me and browsed my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks? No. I like to mix and match for more variety results, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I settle on one, I can use the chalk to draw on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with the sponge, or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. Ooh, they're so pretty. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistake to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. I do? Okay. I draw the recipe. Okay. Oh, okay. So that draws it on there. So do I do something with this? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. I think I just need a bit of brain intelligence. What is the intelligent one? And, oh, that's cool. Oh, I love that. Okay, now what? Okay. Well, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a test. Or taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe. But how would I know if I never try? You actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but... But what? Never mind. Oh, hello. How can I help you? A drink. I'll pay the fool a drink. For you? Right, what kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Okay, so we need spoken heart. Okay, so it looks like we need a tiny bit of defense. A tiny bit of attack. I pity the fool. Thank you. And then a lot of charisma. Enough. Oh, it's so cute. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memory of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. Make it drinkable is my mood after a long day, though. Right? And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Rumor unlocked. Song of Bones and Water. Alright. And the brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. But why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are fool's errands, and I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Oh, I was thinking Fable was a bard, but they're a ranger. Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No. Not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. Hey, Summer! I hope you're doing well. I want to live a life so full of adventure, freedom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for the same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. Oh, hey, Carrie! But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Is that a new thing now? Then you should do whatever your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. What if... It's wrong to leave, though. What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Aw, Fable's a cutie. Oh, hello. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeeper? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? Oh, I'm gonna fuck up this name. The name's Carolyn. Oh, actually, that's not bad. The name's Carolyn. You can call me Care, or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Care. Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? And yeah, it's a new thing. Someone in my chat called Summer Stacks, because apparently summer is boring and I'm running with it. Oh gosh. In downstream, I'm so gonna... He gave me too much shit to talk about 14. What? No, I'm so excited that 14 is updating at the end of this month. I thought it was next month. So I'm just like, ugh. You do things with Quest, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Oh, no. No quest for me. But I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Tell me more. He heard of a werewolf making trouble in Trigarin, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade. And that was far south in Urove. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype tied along with that one romance novel. You mean the one with the vampire? They're talking about Twilight. Twilight reference. Think so. Nah, they just split society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire, that's right! Which one are you, Innkeeper? Neither! Can I choose neither? I don't care about either of them. If I had to choose, it would be vampire, but like, still. Ah, so you're into the fangs, are you? I should have said werewolf because she's hot. And Innkeeper never tells. You little rascal. I like you. Likewise. What about you? Vampires. Why? The wolves are close to my kin, and yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, the hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, the southern werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with this rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog. Trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Care, Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. I like Care. Gotcha, Care. Alright, Chief. Got a name, or is it just Innkeeper? Oh, I want to know when I say my name. Which one gave the abortion? Oh my god. Just Innkeeper for now. Like now to get us, see? Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What do you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Okay, a lot of strength, eh? Yeah, that's what I thought. I really enjoy the recipes. Okay. Oh? We get it? Okay. No, it is. I read the books back in the day. A drink with 0 water as requested. Not bad. Just what I'm craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Apps back west. Through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Undead snails! Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. Make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just gonna open up wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone who's willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. I commend you, Crow. I couldn't even make it through the books. Past Crow was crazy and somehow got into the books, and future Crow was like, that was cringe. You started this conversation. And I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find any more rumors for me, or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf. Don't do groups, but sure. For more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them going to waste. Ooh, new thing we get to learn. Could use some help. Fine. I guess I got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. Oh, it clicked through something. I also keep them written down in my journal, so I don't forget. Oh, that's me. Smart. I think the best next step would be sorting and matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all the same quests. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Care. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Okay. Carolyn told me about a werewolf who's roaming around, that's gonna be one. Yeah, so it's gonna be all these, gray ones. Werewolf on detours. A recent Vukakin passed by the Wayfarers Inn, reporting a werewolf making their ways up to Tregarin from the other place. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently, wolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take this quest and save place from the werewolf? Yeah, cool. Because we have other hints here, but we don't have them fully. It's Mora! Wait, while this is playing, give me a second. I gotta grab a sweater. Right? Mora's great. Mora eats my drinks if I mess up. Mora is also live, playing 100% orange juice with Haru and Lily. And Kiro. Okay, Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Act 2, Prelude to Bravery. 58th of the Wake. Look at my inn, it's so cute. You're gonna take it? What do you have there, Fable? I found this on on your notice board. It says that werewolf is terrorizing Tregarin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday. Not yet. What kind of hero are you looking for? One that knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even, preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around the woods. I know, Fable. And you could do it. Maybe I want the quest. Just maybe. No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been thinking about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I stepped into your tavern, and the quest practically jumped out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. Near a forest. You know forests, you live in a forest. And werewolves are just basically normal wolves, well, slightly scarier because they are also human. But you talked to humans before. You got a silver arrow for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then, I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Rather, I did. But then I thought, what if I take the quest, then have to go on the quest, and I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf? Which is worse? Because if the werewolf doesn't like me, and what if when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot the tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because it'd be dead because of the werewolf. Oh, I'd be dead. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable. Yes? You want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whether I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze whenever. It's like I freeze in place. Suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. Then you'll have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? Frozen slime. Frozen slime that can't move. Mobility makes me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. I think answering that would take more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest. Seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muse, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic, Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from a bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. Might prefer orange juice. 100% orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats that they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthian Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. I want to know about them all. Oh. I picked the one that went boom. Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky. And whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out of the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had just been once. Seems like my life only follows a path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming. They make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. Oh, you got one in your hat already. But for me, I confuse them with the evil twin. The weeping Amaryllis. Amaryllis? Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby. All day long. When I pluck them, they release their spores, and I start crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a trinket out of hogweed tincture. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. Oh, I gotta find out all about all of them. Okay, let's find out about the Hydra. Well, just the day after I arrived to guard the portal to the dream plane, Avalon. I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it had fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales matched my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as the Leviathan seas. All Shimras hate mice. All Hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to set foot in front of it again. So, lest it's known, in front of it again, lest it's known that I'm not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore. I ran back and apologized, and I begged for the answer. Turns out, that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They changed nothing. I suppose you have a point. Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. That was probably the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. Do we really have to talk about that? Only if you want to. Alright. But just because it's you. An adventuring party was on their way passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears a great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So, they wanted a guide from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure! Yay! I bit my tongue. And no riddles to get confused about either. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people. Seasoned adventurers. One stronger than the next. All in shiny armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared. But my fear got a hold of me and led them astray. Must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along the path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere. Home to the Mary Morgan. You know the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Oh. Snooze. Let me finish this little thing. We almost have ads. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature. We finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. The shiver me timbers, hell yeah. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern Shimra that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest? For example, don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh! And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I'm a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can run away really quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I Fable, a great gardener and a future hero, charmer of nymphs. I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave this quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like to drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. You have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that a werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it only needs a pep talk and hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I'll leave that choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. Oh god. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. The game must not be a gardener because zucchini is like the easiest thing you can grow. Stuff doesn't usually bother to eat its leaves, and it just grows on its own if you water it. Yeah, even I know zucchinis are super easy, but I think that they're probably not a gardener, and I think that's also them just talking about how unlucky Fable is. Everything just happens at once. Of course, as soon as my parents leave, Pepper runs out into the hallway, and he always runs all the way upstairs. And I have to run after him, and he just flops. It's like, okay. So I can either give him most charisma or dexterity. Kind of want to do... I kind of want to do this. I want him to talk... I want them to talk to, the dragon. Fable. Oh, Fable, nice. I never got a chance to play Fable, but I remember watching a friend of mine play Fable, and it was so cool. Gears of War. Okay, funny story about Gears of War. It's the only shooter I've ever really played besides Overwatch, but it was my first shooter. Plus the Black Ops showcase was fantastic. I need more info on zombies. I leave you unsupervised for 5 minutes and you set the room on fire. I know, right? Summer, you gotta be here. Cool, you sent them to death? No, they're just gonna go talk to the werewolf. Summer has power. Wait. This is not the right drink? Aw. I'll feed Mora. Wait. Oh, we can look at the people. They, them. Okay, so Fable is a they, them. Neutral good. They have Arcana, the Hangman. Oh my god, of course. Chariot. Chaotic good, she, her, be slayer. See, we have bits and pieces, but I think we need 3 pieces for the full quest thing. Okay, so I either need to give them full charisma, swift strike. I want to give them spoken heart. I want them to have charisma. Awesome, I'm surprised you played Gears, as it's not exactly close to the style of games you played on stream. Okay, so the reason why I played Gears is because my old roommate was really into that game. And I always wanted to try a shooter, so he set it up for me and him and another friend of mine, and we played Gears of War together, and it was a lot of fun. Crow Dan says nobody cares about 14. So many people care about 14. You have no idea. You do. I'm so excited for 14 to come out at the end of this month. I'm just going to warn you guys, like I warned my roommate last night, because I didn't realize how close it is. I am probably going to be doing really long streams of 14 for about 2-3 days. I'm not going to make it my main thing. I'm still, actually, I'm torn. I'm torn about streaming it or keeping it as my own thing. I'm not sure. Because I know not a lot of people want to watch 14. They want to experience it themselves. But I know my brain's going to be like crazy 14. Crow, my GPU will be in before it comes out. Nice! This should do it. Thank you! I feel much better, braver, farming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There's a lot of farmers in Trigarian. And I'm gonna protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So, I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I'll have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. Yay! I believe Fable can do it. I'll do it in my stream. Oh, you're gonna stream Final Fantasy XIV? At 26 seconds. Thank you, I accept my punishment. Oh, you guys. I hope Fable will be alright. Oh, it meant she'll time me out. Okay. You are gonna stream this expansion? I might do it. If you do it, I might do it. Just, like, not for a long time, just maybe a day or two. Just to get really in on the hype. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Wait, that's the end? I thought I got another chapter. Unless that was the other chapter I got. No, I thought that I got more. Wait, just a second. I have to go test something. Demand a refund on the demo. I might have fucked up a little bit. If that's the case, we can fix it. I'm definitely getting this when it happens. Or when it comes out, rather. Okay, just a second. Alright. Ah, see? It ended there, but we get to continue. We get the rogue back. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, I get it. Did you try being more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Back to scheduled programming. Okay, so you want spoken heart. We're just making this all the time now. I mean, honestly, it looks good. Pepper, we're not going out yet. Pepper? Down. Give me a second, guys. We go out once my stream's done. Go on. He got 2 walks yesterday, so now he's craving more walks. Alright, new stuff. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Who do we get to meet next? Ooh, nighttime. Oh! Careful! You'll spill on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings. Oh, wait, that's me. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? Oh, not another one of those empty babblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. Would you prefer a different line? Oh. Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could try the one where you just serve drinks quietly. I don't know why that's become her voice. I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Huh, thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory. Probably. Ugh, I'm warning you. I'm not good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Oh, I am very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Nai, the innkeeper. The innkeeper is ignoring me? Moi? Not in the slightest. Don't worry about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? I mean, probably. What thing? Ah, my cape! Your cape? That's not his cape. The green fella on his shoulder is news, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye, pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for a story and your names. Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louise Frederic Duquette Dusang. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Haley! This person's certainly not any sort of dangerous vampire-like monster, of course not. Blood! Oh, I punched my mic. Or, if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. So a lot of attack. Yeah. Thousand Brawler, probably. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have a bite. No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, go follow Leave. They just hit affiliate. It's amazing. Yeah, skip. Just serve me something. Something that feels durable. Tough like the mountain. Or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons look close enough. Coming right up. I haven't had a chance to make that, so I'm excited. Okay, what does it need? Lots of defense. 2, 3. A little bit of attack and a little bit of charisma. I know, but seriously, Leaf, we will figure out something in the future. I say a taste of fear, just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, you're hitting the placeholder text. Let me try. I see I see ye are many things, but not a liar. It's like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about the ooze-filled story? Fine. Guess you earned it. Alright, picture me, deep inside the mountain of Dolvimir, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier, and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly this big ooze comes out along and gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And the sun kills you? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior. When the ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took my shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food. She dug out me. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh yes, a big gold nugget. It'd be enough to get me a Barovia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Barovia, so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet. Fucking out that word. And in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. You know where I put my capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Oh, phenomenal. I could put a quest for you. But for that, we'd need a little bit more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet. Oh, fuck, why can't I say that? Hosted by Lord Strata in Barovia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course, I cannot find it. The Cape of Invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's a Cape of Invisibility, of course. It's quite moody sometimes. Is it going to be right on his back anyways? Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. And what was the last vampire event you wore your cape to? My wedding! Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric countess? Evelyn residing in Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Of course not. Ew. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted. Spit it out, Leech. Oh. What? My cape! Ah, rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast. That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn. How could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps, innkeeper. That's your name, right? Sure. You think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of the mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom. My bosom? Towers a mansion of my dear Evelyn. Queen of darkness. Tempress of men. Flamingo champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with her life. But be wary. She bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright. I think I got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have the cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly. Another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. You want another lagoon? Some liquid stamina for our valued guests. Let me try. You got it right again. Might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I'm consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice, and that slime weighs heavily on my shoulder. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right. Innkeeper. You have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance, something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. That reminds me, my aunt Mathilda used to harness the power of Shimra's saliva for sun protection. Shimra? A thing. A beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all made by a dragon to guard Gaia, like sea people for breakfast. I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear Shimra in the Scarlet Caves. I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Nay, forget it, I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem, I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among the mortals in glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds. Especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Stay and keep. While we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or 2? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure things. I got a couple bared up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real girl one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. Oh, you two-tasted creature. Can I make the board thing? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Look at the yeses. Okay. Looking for his cape. Countless Evelyn. That looks right. Hey there, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wraith Peak. Venture to its peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but be aware she might be invisible. Okay. Wyvern Shimmer resides in Crank where might be on the menu. One thing that it stands chance against the grueling curse of the sun is Shimmer's saliva. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure of this order. Maybe this? Okay. Deep in the quag, mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist. Saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use a rare saliva to produce sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast? The chimera, not the vampire. Bring back a bucket of saliva. Ads, go away. Why can't I snooze you? Oh wait, ads are going on right now. Sorry about that, guys. I'll just wait for ads to finish. As we feed Mora, sweep up, and turn off the candles. This is fun. I really like this game. I'm definitely gonna have to play it when it comes out. Which is on the 20th, which is a little over 10 days from now. Ouch. I'm usually a little nervous about doing visual novels because I know how rough it can be on my throat, especially after doing Danganronpa. But this isn't so bad. I mean, I'm surviving. Sorry, I clicked off. I realized I had 2 tabs open for Mora. Ah, it looks like Ing is playing 100% orange juice with Mora and Haru. I think Lily needed to go to bed because it is very late for her. Lily rated Mora, yeah. Yeah, I had their tabs open because we were playing earlier. I might actually have to edit this video, which I should do more often. We got 40 seconds of ads left. Usually I take a break during this, but yeah. Oh no? Yeah, like, when I started, Lily was playing with us, and then I left, and I know Lily played one more game, so I don't think she was on very long. She was very eepy today. Alright, we got 5 seconds left. Let's start the next day. What characters will we meet today? My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fake crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Yeah, I wanna do that now. That sounds like a cool mechanic. It's Fable and Kay! Oh, shit. Oh, I think Fable said hi, but Kay's talking. Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, not Kay. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. Seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. See, the talking didn't kill Fable. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died. No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's fable. Whatever. Does this perhaps have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. And he stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Care. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay you what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Oh, well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Right. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the border of Tregarin right around dusk. Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight, well, at least before the sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God. You're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. I love Fable. Anyways, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I hear a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it. So I summoned all my courage and stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help her calm down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf? And the first thing they do is greet them. A polite person? Or an insane one? It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a what? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked why. And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, who are you? A guard? I was about to introduce myself when I heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. It made my blood freeze in my vein. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Oh, that was me. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon liked to wear. That old fuck. Hey, why can't I say that? Fuck. What the fuck? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Fuck. Ah. Anyways, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen the old man in years. Was coping about it. Was coping about it by joking. But the only way I can talk about him these days, that's about the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. Used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry. Distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left. Ran away, without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind. Worried, senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out the solution was just get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. Did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at me. At him, not me. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. Tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ears. But it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would never have done that, of course. But they must have believed me, because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Question mark. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. Oh, that was me. This wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Anyways, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon's and Carolyn's and the miscommunication. Feud? The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. But if we had known, we'd help him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made things worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things. Or Vukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? That little stick is oddly persuasive. I was talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Pardon me, sorry. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first, and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug didn't feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still a problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure, he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he had to accept he's different now and learn to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secret of the moon signs. Sounds like a bunch of baloney. It's real. You're a crescent moose. Oh my god, it's like Zodiacs. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending. Rather, the beginning of something new. So, the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they need to update you and everything nonstop. Would think they lived here or something. I wanted to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. We also started crafting something with the werewolves. Said something about it being for you and keep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. Wasn't that hard, was it? Well. So, a drink. What can I offer you, Care? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean, make me the usual. Strength never gets old. I can't wait till we get more, drinks, but I'm guessing that's not until the full game. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? You have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. Yeah, we'll make you a swift strike. I think Swift Strike actually looks really pretty as a drink. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look they're gonna pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Alfie. See you later. Sure. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes. I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first? Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered you weren't pretending? Yes, very good. Maybe you should order that drink more often. I'm gonna give him a confident boost. Huh. You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm gonna save the world one day? That's a very tall order. Oh, you're right, I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I asked for help. Maybe you should ask Caroline first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. But let's hope we won't. Like this world, and you have a point, we shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm gonna go head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Those two go together like a marshmallow and a campfire. I mean, that's a good combo. Oh, hey, we got him back. Good evening to you too. Oh! This quest wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. Wait, which one did you take? Because there was technically two. It is. And mysterious. Hey, Rita! Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. I love this guy. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get that cape. I mean, yes. He's so awkward. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night. Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No. She had a lot of makeup on. Hey, luck. See, I get murdered if I own an inn. Why? But below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, or nothing can go inside, or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Would play jokes and make salt lines ever. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire. She seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins in your pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. I love this character. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Something pretty. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like a chair. Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I prefer something small, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Look, I have a space there. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cake back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No. Too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I hear your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadows. Say, what do you trade them for? I want to say how about a joke because it'd be so funny to ask. Oh, but secrets would be like, I don't know what to choose. I want to ask him for a joke. How about a joke? A joke? That's not. Oh, he's crying! I'm not. I don't do jokes. He has tears in his eyes. Then I don't do drinks, I'm afraid. How do explorers hide their treasure? How? By dragging them to a safe location. Alright, I feel bad for you. You may have one of my renowned drinks. Some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purpose, I think you could benefit from either a fey crystal or a frozen pinecone. The frozen pinecones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually. And for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those will be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though, that does sound appealing. Oh, he's kinky. Strength, I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps, the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape right under her pale nose. So that she may lie in shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity. And some invisibility could help with staying unseen. Should my speed and agility not be enough? Help me with the decision and keep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? I'm gonna go with agility, because I think that sounds cool. Oh, and then there's our additives. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to diffuse ingredients than usual. Should make sure to keep my eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Coaster shape. Is this the coaster shape? Maybe I should even try adding the infusion first and adjust the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay, so we're going to go with dexterity. And yeah, I think we wanted that first. So the brain is already good. We do a little bit of defense. And then we do a bit of swiftness. Yeah, that's right. Here you go, a drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath. Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, Innkeep. There is no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Huh. I love this guy. Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to vampires. You don't find garlic scary? No. Only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are swift and quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me. Goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again until the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of my vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Oh, Zephyr's so cool. Or for a bitter end. Hey. Oh! Oh, she has a braid! That's so pretty. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course, my apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. So we want stamina. Okay. Or no, we just want our fighting thing. Okay. Can I do additives? Oh, I wonder if it will let me. Here, let me borrow one. That Surrey has defense. Hey, let me. Cool. Extra spicy for you. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of it, of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyways, quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said? I see it is my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I am getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating, and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from the Shimmer for a vampire sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire. Vampire sunscreen. Can a vampire get the Shinra goo themselves? It's a wyvern Shimra. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention that you liked fangs. Did I mention that I have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? I'm sure the vampire would find that impressive. Have you ever encountered a Shimra before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Shimras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realm. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with their doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous? Ain't that either. And what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Yes, excitement. Never encountered a guardian before. I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. It seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about guardians and more about what's created it. Maybe a little about the Shimra. It got a dragon head, right? Yes. Modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and Shimras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journey. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had a little keepsake from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed? Left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moment somewhere else. I like to think she visited one of the dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern Shimra? No. Was the only kind she never encountered. I had quarrels with those feline ones. Different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think. But never found a wyvern one in all of her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting, very magical. They are. Fascinating and magical. Aw, she's so happy. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic shit. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurts anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Care? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear I have some incredible infusion software that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, I already gave her infusions. That sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. But they're quick and toothy. They'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Oh, it's something for the brain. Baba talk quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery. Oh, and on the topic of trickery. No. One is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. I don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. We're going defense. Because even if I do intelligence, I feel like it's not going to be... Is this my defense one? No, that's intelligence. Okay, so there's the attack. Figure it out. Thanks. Feeling tougher already, and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. Sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve the problem. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. I won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. Bye, wifey. We still get more? I thought it would end by now. Oh, hello. Okay, just a second. I need to go washroom, so we're just gonna push ads because they're gonna start soon anyways. And I will be right back. Alright, I am back. I know there's a minute of ads left, but let's continue. Just a second, I'm gonna adjust my mic. Alright. Hey, Innkeep. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. What wish should I do for her? It's so true. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. A lot to do. Yeah. The birds seem to be in a slight uproar. Like something is amiss. I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know. They do indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What'll it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me too well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually, I'll have you all figured out. Hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in my capabilities of my minds and wits. Of course. So, what I'll need instead is something to protect me from the weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. Let's see what I can do. Aw, I wanted to make the nebula thing, but she wants a frosty lagoon. A little bit of attack. Liquid steel, just a bit more digestible. This is exactly what I needed for my trip. Where are you headed anyways? Oh, to the island of Boris. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boris difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures, like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. That was amazing. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure. But do you know what I'm most excited about? Gnomes? Gnomes? I've yet to meet a gnome on Boris. They're pretty shy, but they'll craft cute little trinkets. Always wanted to have one for my tavern. If I run into a gnome, I'll buy a trinket for you. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The guys are in hot spring, especially around this time of year, when the mornings are still a bit chilly, and the sun tickles the sky on the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Matt, I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green cheek conures are growing out to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention. Aw, I bet you that's Merlin, that's Ruby. I'm probably wrong. Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me. But I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. quite the walk to the treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long and keep. See you soon. Well, she was cute. Oh, do we get now favor. I was hoping for Zephyr being back. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Told them about Caroline's quest and the Wyvern Shimra. Oh, so you heard about that. She told me before she left, in case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragon that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course! We had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopean. You know, the night sky constellation on the astral plane and all. But they have one astrologer who knows a lot about their reflection in the pools of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellation. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? And very. That's what I thought. Oh well. What is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Caroline was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves? Yes, I recall. A reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you... I like trinkets. Oh, what is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. Werewolves taught me how to do it. While the astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections, I imagined it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I call it the Little Dipper. Aww! Hey, it's on my wall! I love it! Aww! Does look a bit like a Little Dipper. You know what? I'm gonna compliment them. using a lot of imagination. Who knows? Maybe there's a world out there with this exact configuration of stars in the night sky. There might be. Maybe the Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. What? No. A bear? Inkeep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up now. Most likely. Are you fond of stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? You prefer the stars or of the astral or the primordial sea? Astral, I think? Really? That's surprising. Then again, you do help people change, just like Cassiopeia. You'll have to give me your birth data soon, so I can calculate your birth chart. If that's okay with you, of course. It is. I'll write it down for you. That's great, thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw, aren't you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? A drink, please. I think I've figured out how to make my own zest. Happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks? Not sure how to make those just yet, especially with the right balance. I'll have to make the rounds around the grove later. But could you make me something that will keep me awake and agile. Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? You need the swift one. I'm already on it. Thank you. One moment. Yeah, you want this one. I like this part, so. A little bit of defense. And a wee bit of intelligence. Here. Thank you. Delicious. You always know what I need. I think you may also need a break, so maybe stay a while before heading back. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here for a bit, if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Oh, he's back. Greetings, Endkeep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by any chance? Took me hours to find it. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment. I can't believe he still has a ooze on him. With winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I am very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Mayhaps. But it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide-and-seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotten yet, dear innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Not yet. A shame. Then I shall have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more steady. Coming right up. He likes the attack one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect, Innkeep. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drinking lovingly titled. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink lovingly titled the Innkeeper's Vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the retrieval of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn, has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon. And you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous! Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taking the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I was going to also take the day off and spend her vacation with her. But when I followed her to the market, my sleeve caught fire, and my hand, and my hair. So I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun. The sun is also very bad for vampires. It is? Yes. Right. I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you see the market later? I did. It was beautiful, colorful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find a Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily... Hey!
Chicken attack! Chicken attack!
Welcome in, Mushi and Raiders, and hello, Mora. How was your guys' how was your stream? Sorry, I just clicked over that. What were you playing? Oh, you were playing Hades. For anybody of Mushi's community that doesn't know me, my name is Crow, or Crow Dyer. I'm a variety PG tuber, also artist, so I do a lot of the art on the stream here, which I am doing a rebrand shortly. My bot's broken. My bot is broken. Wait, it did a shout out for Mushi, but it showed carries? Oh my god. Gotta raid and run. Mushi, have a wonderful time. Take care of yourself. And anyone else who came in with the raid, if you need to go take care of yourself, please go do that. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Hey, mine worked. Mushi was playing Minecraft. Nice. See, mine worked. Yeah, not Hades. I didn't think Hades was Mushi's vibe. Although Hades is a very good series. But yeah, if you guys need to raid and run, I just appreciate you guys popping in here. We're playing Tavern Talk, which is pinned at the top of the chat. It is out on demo right now. I got to be able to do a extra long demo, so that's what we're in the middle of. And it's out June 20th, in 10 days. So if you guys are interested in it, definitely check it out, because I'm loving it. Probably gonna play this myself this week. Mora, all I'm gonna say for you, Mora, is that you are in the game. You, Mora, are literally in the game. And that's all I'm gonna say. Also, I want to know when you play it, because I wanna see your reaction. But yeah, okay, back to the game. We might be close to the end of this demo, because we have an extra long one. Mora saw Mora in the game. She tweeted it. Oh, good. But right now we are talking with Kyle, who is a vampire who has ooze still on him from his last adventure. And he's asking about quests we've sent people out on. I inquire if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. Wait. I missed part of it. There is a what people said thing. Oh, log. Oh, wait, there we go. Luckily, I managed to find a new friend in no time, very tall and brooding, just like how I like him, hey-oh. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. But he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me into ash. What a jokester. dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone? Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. He had some great crepes recommendation. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Oh, apparently we know them. Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape? Many people want my cape. So beautiful. Perhaps. But I would have never agreed to that. It is my cape, after all. Maybe he wanted my pesca recipe. Is it good? Very much so. And I like it as well. Oh, yes, you. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes. Said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about how your inn is doing. I sang your praises, of course. So he asked me to deliver you greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Hi, Aegis. Deliver my congratulations on the full peace your precious innkeep has found in her home of denial, or house of denial. Very poetic, if you ask me. Very suspicious. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Oh, too bad. Must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together. I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Oh, most certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets. Like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend bought a delightful raven figure with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them. Even if their memory lives on only in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is a harbinger of yearning and of change. I wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capeful and sunscreen by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. A refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it's a promised morning, but maybe a celebration also. Could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she met me, And now she likes me. True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. You are hard to dislike. I think she still hates you. I'm gonna be nice. You are hard to dislike. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood, I have a lot of it. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. There is nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? And nothing more fragile. That makes it all the more precious. That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dearest friend, stranger, told me he would like to see you again. He said... what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? This polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Can I click it now? Thank you. Are you not gonna open it? No. I don't think now's the right time for the letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic? Longingly dwelling in the memory of a friend? It would go so well with fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you'll enjoy them. Fireworks. Doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. Oh. I don't mean to interrupt, but what is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful! They're falling from the sky. That's not fireworks. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Those aren't fireworks. They're stars. I can't believe we still get more of this. I keep expecting it to end. I'm glad the inn wasn't severely damaged by the falling stars. Here, thank you for the save. Ooh, it did take me nearly the whole day to finish all those little repairs. The building might still look a little battered, but it could be worse. Hopefully none of my customers got hurt yesterday. Not much, but I should surprise them with the new drink on the menu. Letting breeze. That way whoever comes in can get at least a small taste of normalcy. I think that sounds like a good plan. Oh, hello. Innkeep. Jade. Didn't think you'd show up again after last time. No hard feelings. I don't know what voice to do for her, so I'm just gonna do a normal voice. Remind me again who started the whole brawl? Ah, no clue actually. Must have slipped my mind. Would a drink help you remember? If I wanted to chat about it, maybe. But you know how much the remnants of the past bore me. Let's focus on the present. Let's. Does the turtle have a nose ring? I think it does. I didn't come all this way to revel in old times after all. Although, I brought you something I knew you'd find useful, just in case you did remember who started the brawl. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see. It's some thunder sage. Found it in one of my jobs, but didn't have any use for it. Is her arms made of jade? That's really cool. Just don't try to boil tea leaves out of it. Tastes dreadful. Numbs your tongue. You seem to be speaking from experience. She is. Your tavern seems to be getting on in years. See, it seems like nothing can escape the grip of time. Wasn't even sure if it was still open. Is it that bad? I guess some would say age adds character. And what would you say? I say you've gotten old. Ouch. Don't take it too personally. Still got some of your old spark appeal. Spark? Ish. That's at least something. Not the brightest flame, but funky enough. Thank you? No, I actually like to try one of your fiery drinks. What can I serve you? Something that'll quicken my reflexes. Gotcha. So you want the reflex drink. Oh, yeah, well, let's see, what does this one? Delicious sunny breeze will melt your tension and blow away your stress. Okay, well, you want this one. No actual sparks, but perhaps something sparkling. Now that's what you call a drink. Maybe you have gotten on in years so much after all. Maybe you haven't gotten on in years so much after all. Well, something's never with her. What are you doing in Zenith these days? Keeping up to date? Checking out the latest town gossip after the most recent gig? Your most recent gig? I finished up a job in the Say Plains. A sandworm kept terrorizing a group of seal wool merchants at the edge of the plains. I myself am very fond of those creatures. They just mind their own business, but sometimes they gotta eat. But you know how it is. Something's gotta pay for the bills after all. So I took the gig. It was a cushy job, though. I still managed to get sand between my teeth. Luckily, it was only a sandworm and not one of those mimics that pretend to be part of the local fauna, and snap, gone you are. Anyways, I also hear about some unrest in Zoford from one of the local merchants and decided to go take a look. Zoford, the seaport. Yeah. Always consider it. It is rather calm area. Always considered it a rather calm area. It was. It still is. Sometimes, at least. Initially, I thought the unrest was related to the local thieves guild. So, I went there to deal with some bandits to look at their most wanted list and cash out. There was no real challenge, though, so I didn't pick up anything. Other than a few hushed whispers at the market, that is. Something about some archmage familiar that went missing or whatever. Perhaps a job for you? I'm not a welfare associate. Wait, I want to see something. Can I click? Oh, I can click this. Okay. We still don't have full things yet. Like, the purple one's almost there. I'm not a welfare associate. Like, what do I care about missing familiars if no one's gonna pay me, you know? Of course. Can I click this, actually? Okay, no. was more interested in hearing more about the undead on the other side of the country that my colleagues were mumbling about. So, I came here, and naturally I couldn't resist coming to see how you were holding up. I'm doing very well, thank you. Well, that's good news, especially considering the state of your tavern. It's not that bad. Sure, whatever you say. So, do you know anything about those undead? Not really. I've been a bit occupied with cleaning up this mess. The tavern was just a tad affected by some recent incidents. What do you mean, the shooting stars? Oh, hello. Shooting stars. Wait, why do I want to go country girl with her? Shooting stars. It's much more serious than that. I'm not going country girl. Innkeeper, a drink, please. Perhaps something to boost my defenses. I'll have to be equipped for every possible situation after this kind of morning. Coming right up. You want defenses, so you probably want... Nope. Nope, that's not the one. Wait, oh, okay, I'm not paying attention. Needs attack. Oh! It did need charisma. Okay, shit. Please, enjoy. Like dragon scales, sturdy, strong, flawless. I'm glad I could impress. You have no idea how much this catastrophe has affected the poor citizens of Zenith. And my day off. I can only imagine what scars it must have left on the rest of the country. I mean, if some stars rain managed to affect not only the tavern, but also the whole city, it must have been pretty bad. Speaking of which, I'd be happy to help you fix up this place. If the money is right, of course. No, thank you. I'm closing up early today and tomorrow to take care of things. Alright, Chief. The offer still stands. What? You don't really believe it was just shooting stars, do you? What else would it have been? Have you not seen the damage? Last time I checked, shooting stars were flaming comets traveled through the firmament of Cassiopeia. Sometimes they crash on Gaia. Rarely, but it happens. Nothing I would worry about. Just an average Genesis for me. Cassiopeia, help me. What? You know something I don't? Oh, they're gonna be enemies to lovers. Perhaps. Oh, do enlighten me, please. Well, it seems you're not aware of who you're talking to. Nope. My name is... Holy fuck. Althea Anwar. I'm a devotee of the great dragon Cassiopeia, bringer of the change and lady of the gilded sea. I fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. I bring justice to those who would bring doom. And I'm very aware when something is wrong with the firmament. Cool. Pleasure to meet you, Althea. I'm gonna fuck up her name. Now, trust me when I tell you, this was more than your average asteroids shower. I'm bad at trusting strangers, but go ahead. I believe something way worse happened. What? I know the stars fell from the sky. Literally. Usually I reside at the aperture and a temple in the faraway northeast dedicated to Cassiopeia. But for my niece's birthday, I decided to take a few days off to visit her and take her to the carnival on the outskirts of Zenith. We were just on our way back when suddenly, right above us, the sky was ablaze with millions of stars raining down on Gaia. I'm very attuned with the realm of Cassiopeia, the harbor of all the luminaries of the firmament. Just say astral realm. I wouldn't do this place justice, but what would you know? It is vast and yet so full of beauty. It's an ocean with glistening surface, home to creatures beyond our It's the theological term for it. Anyways, I knew something was off the moment it happened, perhaps even a tad beforehand. Like the feeling of impending doom when all the hairs on your neck stand up, and you know there's a creature lurking somewhere in the shadows. Exactly. Which is why, Innkeep, I came here right after fulfilling my duties this morning. So many were hurt. The matter close to my heart, figuring out what happened. After inquiring with those affected, many referred to you and your tavern. If anyone had any intel, it would be you, they said. They did. Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I imagine I know even less than you do. I was hoping to find some clues at least to help me start my investigation. Well, you could ask her. She could ask around for you, I'm sure. Would you do that? I can certainly try. I can cry too. Good. In the meantime, I shall do what I do best: aid those in need, and perhaps find out more about this disaster. God, this game is making me really want to play D&D. Why? What? Why are you so nonchalant about all of this? Things like this happen from time to time, and people like you fix them. Thus, not my problem. Perhaps people like me are the reason people like you can continue living like that. I didn't ask for any help. There will be a time when you do ask for help, and then you will be happy there are people like me. Sure. Before I forget, Innkeeper. Yes. I will help you fix your tavern, free of charge. Not necessary, but thank you for the offer. Well, if you don't need my help, I know many around who do. So, I'll be going. Maybe we'll know more about all this when I return. How dramatic. Isn't it normal for divine devotees to act like that in times of crisis? Not sure if I call this a crisis. Sure, if it's like she said and the literal stars fell from the literal sky, then yeah, that's odd. But then again, I'm sure Cassiopeia would have stopped it from happening if she wanted to. Are you religious? No. But I don't deny the dragon's existence. Which means I'm more confident in saying that if they wanted to be worshipped, they should work for it. We all work for something. I work to get paid, you work to get paid, and they just get paid without working. I actually agree. That does sound a little unfair. Plenty. Which is why it's even more important that we take care of things here on Gaia. Oh! I don't know why this person startled me. Heyo! What's it? It has a worm around its neck. Greetings, adventurer. Who? Me? Why is this person creeping me out? You're the only one who entered my tavern, no? Yeah, but in what way do I look like an adventurer? This might not be the right voice for him. That's just a standard greeting. Budget couldn't cover any more, I suppose. I have a wide variety of greetings. If that makes you feel better. And give me something from your repertoire of greetings. Ayo, bro. Cringe fail. Ouch. Didn't you greet me like that? It's different when I do it. Yeah, the whole demeanor revolves around cringe. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Who even are you? Jade, you? Iniko. Cool name, Jade. Can I steal it? What? What? I prefer if no one stole anything. Drinks. Got it. Can I have a drink then, if I can't have your name? Of course. What do you want? What do you have? Everything. What do you need most right now? Something that will make me more swift and agile. Like a slippery worm. Can't risk getting caught after all. What? What? Worms can be slippery. That wasn't... Never mind. A slippery worm coming right up. Okay, we need the agile one. You would think I've made this so many times I would have it memorized, but I really don't. No worms, but perhaps it'll suit your taste. Hey, matching drinks. Oh wow, this is great! Amazing even! Where did you learn this craft? In the primordial vortex? Don't look at me like that, I'm just joking. You aren't from here, are you? Who, me? Who else? Corey! Is that the thing on your shoulder? Bingo! Short for corruption. Ah. No. I meant you. Well, I'm nowhere, anywhere, and everywhere all at once. But most of me is from Avalon. Wait, isn't that the spirit realm that supposedly doesn't exist? Oh, an Avalonian, native born or by ancestry. Native, duh! Huh, that's interesting. I find it pretty lame, TBH. But nothing's going on over there. Everyone's the same. And you think it's different here on Gaia? Yeah, I mean, not really. But I can go anywhere I like. Barely anyone knows me here. Theft, identity fraud. Oh, goody good with me because I can be someone else tomorrow. Oh, he's fucking evil. In Avalon, they all see through my game very quickly. I see. Changeling then. Yes, and I say so out of trust. Just kidding. If you tell anyone, I'll come for you. Fret not. What happens in the tavern stays in the tavern. Then we're cool. I would not have thought he's a changeling. Cool. So, what brings you here, Iniko? Isn't that, you know? That seems like a cool town with a cool name. Got distracted by that giant hog in your front yard and thought I'd come in and say hi. And that would be mine. Cool! I don't do mounts. I'm faster on foot. That way I can admire the landscape, take U-turns through narrow spaces, pickpocket. Sorry. Doing that voice is always rough for me, but I like doing that voice. And you admire the wrecked ruin that was once Zenith? I mean, I love chaos, so... Is it that bad? Do you ever leave this tavern and keep? The city looks like a broken mirror. You bet it does. Looks like a star. Like a star hit the center of Zenith and... Boom! Wait, did my crow just poop? I felt like I saw a white thing fly down. Yep. Oh. But there's nothing we can do about it. Exactly. Someone will fix it. And that someone's not me. Me neither. What if no one fixes it? So what? Then it stays broken. The Aether Tree won't tumble just because some stars fell from the sky. I'm sure some egomaniac is already on their way to fix it. Needn't get my hand dirty. Ditto. Isn't that a bit bleak? Why even bother? There's always someone who fixes everything. And if not, then it ain't bothering anyone enough. Which means it isn't a problem. Exactly. I know Jade is a mercenary, but say, Iniko, you aren't exactly a traditional adventurer either, huh? No way. Their self-righteousness and self-sacrificial hero complexes ain't my vibes. I wouldn't say all adventurers are like that. Oh wait, that was me. Name one adventurer that didn't die for self-sacrificial tendencies. Well, I knew one, but they perished thanks to their hubris. Another classic. Reminds me of the group I met last week in Evoe. They were nice, but too nice, you know? I know exactly what you mean. Were they also on their way to investigate the falling stars? Yeah, they were heading somewhere north. Didn't really listen. Didn't care. But it was nice of them too, you know? Charmed some rations out of them when they prepared breakfast at the camp. Sat around the campfire drinking tea, munching on bread and bacon. One of them was a wizard, I believe. Full-on robes and magic type guy. Kept going on about how Leviathan was sending bad omens to the bottom of his teacups. Leviathan? Huh. Why him? Don't know. He was trying to warn you about his sister's demise? Wait, what's he trying to... His sister? Cassiopeia. Oh, right. Sorry, mythology really isn't my cup of tea. What is your cup of tea? Odd. Checks out. So, Leviathan warned him via his tea leaves about the start of something terrible. Tattered wings tainting the gilded seas of dark shades of misery, leaving nothing behind but a shimmering void. That's exactly what he said. How did you know? I think I read that somewhere before. Did you also read about the blazing eruption at the foot of the Dalwell Hills? No, but I heard about that when I was in Zoford. Through the Fae, thought the Fae were doing one of their quirky rituals again. Wait, so it did actually happen? Yep. He also read that from his tea leaves. Whoa, seems the guy is a real psychic. I guess so. Divination magic can be a powerful tool. The tea leaves said, the wings shall be torn apart at the feet of Avalon, nestled between the peaks of Dalwell. Dalwell? So it really could be true. What? Sounds like whatever's happening in Dalwell was a reason for the stars fell from the sky. Tainted, gilded seas, shimmering void, metaphors for a starless sky. If the wizard was right about his tea leaves, Reading, that is. But it fits with what I heard in Zoford. Happened just a few days ago. Oh, that's how you're connecting it all? How else? No idea. I thought he was just blabbering. With everything that's been happening recently, I think he might have been onto something. Odd that the adventurer didn't try to stop it from happening. Maybe they were lacking in ego. Maybe. Or maybe they thought someone else would come along and fix everything. Okay, enough. I understand what you're getting at. Maybe they were just pretending to be adventurers. Maybe they were the cause of all this and were just bragging about it, thinking I'd stop them. LOL. Enough with your maybes. They're pointless and aren't even helping anyone. I'm getting a headache. I'll go get some fresh air. So long, and keep. Merry hunting, Jade. Now it's just you and me and keep. I'm scared. Indeed, Iniko. Have you ever thought about what would happen if no one ever fixes anything? Yeah, pal. Oh wait, that was me. I just don't think about it. Life's easier that way. Why do you worry so much? You have your tavern. You can just mind your own business. This is my job. I listen to stories and gather rumors too. To make quests. I get it. Sounds like a blur on the back of some page turner. I wouldn't want my life to be a page turner. Well, then it's good we aren't all the same. So I could technically be anyone. Even you. Don't. Drakes, I'm kidding. I didn't mean to spit in your soup. You didn't. Cool, I'm off. See if I can snatch some coins off the street. Good luck. Don't need any, and keep. He was so fucking creepy. Ah, there we go. That was good. He was so fucking creepy. So that was the extended demo. I kept expecting it to end earlier. We got so much content out of that. Wow. So yeah, if you guys are interested, this is called Tavern Talk. It is out was next week, I believe. Where's the store page? Yeah, June 20th. It's good. I almost feel like I need somebody else to stream this with, because doing that many voices so long was hard. My throat hurts. Chat, can we kill this guy? You can try. You can definitely try. He creeps me out. So we're ending here. We're gonna be doing more demos this week, but that was the big demo. I knew that one was gonna be extra long. Let's see. Who do we have live? Do we got any of our buddies? We raided Summer last time. We have Bim. Or we can raid into somebody in Tavern Talk. I don't know. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm scared. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. I'm scared. Oh, definitely. There's a raid message, by the way. Wait, let me just open up this person. You might hear them for a second. Okay, well, they're doing an ad break, as you guys can probably hear. But you know what? We're gonna freaking do this. They seem nice. They have a cute PNG tuber. We're gonna be brave. There's the raid message. So, guys, their name is Kitty Meow Meow Cat. And they look like they're an artist too. So we're gonna go be brave. They do have an ad going on, but we're gonna be silly. Uh, Tomorrow we're gonna do more demos, and I'm gonna have the proper demo thing set up. So we're gonna do what we did last time. We did massive amount of demos, where we're gonna have a wheel. We're gonna give them 30 minutes into the demo, see if we like it, and see if we want to continue to the full hour. So we're not gonna do full demos. We're just gonna get a bit of taste. Because if I want to get through all these demos, which I highly doubt I will, I need more time. So we'll see. We might go along tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow at our same time, 10 a.m. PST. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to drink. Don't forget your pills, and I'll see you over there. Bye now.